Okay, I think we're live. So, hello there and welcome to, Combat Mission Battle for Normandy today. And like I said, today we will be playing some of the campaigns within the game. Just going to cut away here for a second. I don't know if you guys, there's no sound for me, and there usually is menu sound, so I gotta see what's up with that. You guys probably hear that. So I'm guessing I left the screen on for too long, so that there's actually no audio, where I think the theme song stops playing at that point. Anyhow, yeah, we are playing some of the campaign action inside the game. Combat Mission Battle for Normandy here is, of course, a real-time and turn-based war game. It's a tactical level game, and the main thing that I like about it is that it's kind of similar to, where I shouldn't say kind of similar, I'd say vaguely similar to maybe like say Men of War or maybe Company of Heroes for lack of a better comparison there. And anyhow, today we are going to be playing some of the campaigns inside the game. So the campaigns are a series of stringed or linear missions, if you will, where you take the same force through a set series of battles, and you kind of see how these go. I mean, they can branch out into different areas and the such, which is quite nice. So I think we'll actually throw this down to a vote about which one to play. Now, bear in mind there is, from the looks of it, today about a 2-minute delay, telling by the timer I had going on earlier. But I was thinking about running through the campaign, the Scottish Corridor. You can play as the Commonwealth with the British forces inside the game, as well as the Americans for the Allies. Or alternatively, maybe say, I think the Road to Monteberg here is a pretty good campaign as well. The Road to Nijmegen is an Air Force campaign, though I think this one's actually a bit harder. I think Scottish Corridor and Road to Nijmegen are two of the more challenging campaigns. So that said, I think we'll throw this out to a vote. Anyhow, you guys, I need to rearrange the YouTube dashboard here. It's really unintuitive, but in the meantime, I think we'll give that to you guys. So, what would you guys vote on it? And to Uber and Minch, I would recommend this game. I'd say that it's honestly a little bit expensive if you want to buy the whole bundle. I think honestly, like solely for the game here, you'll notice that like on the bottom of my screen, I have the icons, the 2-star, 3-star, and the such. Yeah, each and every single one of them, with the exception of the first one, is an expansion. They're about like $50 each, from what I remember. So it is kind of steep, but at the end of the day, I mean, like I genuinely don't think that there's actually a better real-time, turn-based, 3D. Game out there in this kind of tactical space, really. So that is that. So let's see what you guys are saying in vote. Okay, so I see 2 for Commonwealth. One for Monteberg. Currently, I am at about 6 minutes into the stream. I think we'll give this another minute or two. So if you guys do have a campaign preference, be sure to voice it now. Come to think of it, I mean, you guys do have a little bit more time than that, seeing as how this is delayed by about a good minute or so. So I suppose currently we are going to do Commonwealth campaign, which sounds pretty interesting. I haven't actually played around too much with their units, but those seem really fun to mess around with. Alright, so it says on my end here that about a minute and 30 seconds has passed, so not enough of you guys are doing the voting thing. I guess since it comes down to, 2 versus 1 here, and that I haven't played the Scottish Corridor campaign, I think we'll run with that. So let us begin. So, like I said, I mean, the game you can play it in single player, or you can play it in single player and multiplayer. You can't play the campaigns in multiplayer, unfortunately. But the cool thing about them is that you can play them in single player, or what am I saying? Real time and turn based. Where the turn based mode, it's pseudo real time, where the turns are 1 minute long. Typically, I play it in turn based, just simply because then you can skip some of the boring turns inside the game. But I think we'll do this as a real time type of deal. So, taking a look at a briefing here, it is 26th of June. Operation Upsum has been commenced, and you guys can read the text here if you'd like. And to that, if you'd like to say so, or if you'd like to kind of comment about it in chat, tell me whether or not, say, like the text is clearly, clearly identifiable on the screen. That would be really helpful for me for kind of adjusting some of the video editing stuff here in the background. So anyhow, Operation Upsum here was the British push to the area around Caen, an area. So originally, I mean, they were supposed to take this area in planning at the very least in a couple of days, but in reality, they were kind of boiled down here for, yeah, you know what? I forgot the exact time period, but much longer than they had wanted. So what happened was that all the reinforcements going to D-Day, the D-Day beaches and stuff, they came from the east coming to west. So naturally, a lot of them built up around Caen, an area over here, because this was on the right flank. If we kind of view the map as it usually is portrayed. Around this area, which was just around the British landing areas of Gold, Juno, and Sword Beach here. So eventually, what the British did was that they wanted to go around the city. They felt like, pressing into that city directly wasn't necessarily a great idea. So they wanted to swing around the side, hopefully capture, so hopefully, grab, say, this area around the little box here on the side, and really try to, I think, push around it, or try to force a withdrawal from the city and to eventually take it. The idea was that, I mean, this area was pretty important in the sense that it was a major road junction, which is very important for the Allies' push inwards into Europe. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, when they went to, like, Operation Market Garden and Bastogne and things like that, like, a lot of the troops couldn't get enough supplies because I think some of the ports up here were destroyed. The land network, or, rail and road wasn't necessarily all too great. So yeah, I mean, that just kind of shows the importance of these areas here and there. Okay, so the text is readable, and in this campaign, it looks like we're playing as, from the looks of it, the 46th Highland Brigade, and oh, that's not really good. And I think the 15th Scottish Battalion Division here. So, or no, never mind. That's just the units on the side here. Our friendly units are the 9th Cameronians and the 2nd Argyll Sunderland Highlanders. So what the campaign will do here is that it'll give us a briefing about what troops we actually have. Typically how it works is that you get reinforcements through the campaign, and it is quite nice like that. The only issue is that typically, like, sometimes the missions get really hard if you lose a lot of units early on, just simply because there's no way to recover enough manpower, and they have measures to kind of help you out in that, but nevertheless, I mean, it becomes an issue if you do badly in the first few missions. So I think with that we shall begin. I'm reading the chat in real time, not the one that you guys see on the screen. Oh, that is way too loud. Let me turn that down.
Okay, Sergeant.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, unfortunately, there's not too many similar games to war games and the such nowadays. I mean, if I were to make a comparison for most of them, it'd be like Civilization, because that's kind of the only thing remotely similar and remotely in that vein. So let's take a look at the conditions for the day and let's see what we have to do. So there's another briefing here. Anyhow, it looks like we are scheduled to be a part of the first push into the bulge of enemy troops here. And, well, our objective is to capture, I believe, the road passing through the town. And it looks like we have captured a nice town and proper and a little farmstead on the other side of the village. So, it is pouring rain, visibility is bad. What does this say about my enemy forces? So this is manned by the 12th SS, so, good units there. Combat strength has been seriously depleted, but morale and fighting spirit are very high. The terrain is muddy, which actually poses a threat because our vehicles right over here do have the chance of bogging down in the terrain. So I don't think we can, or no, I think we can drive through these fields all right, but things like this orchard, it'll be difficult to do. But nevertheless, I mean, driving your vehicles through orchards, it's a bad idea. Doesn't look like they said anything about mines being on the map, and the map designer hasn't given us any clues here about anything being on the road, because I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to kind of attack this map, firstly. So, lots of artillery shells going on, so I'm guessing there's probably something behind this hedgerow. I would set up alongst this hedgerow, and a good way to figure out these maps is to turn this map right around, and let's take a look at how I defend against this location. That makes a really good visit, like house to set up watching the field over here. Hedgerow, of course, makes a really nice position to set up across this field. This orchard seems to be like a natural basis of fire for our guys. A water tower, a good location for spotting. If I'm correct here in the fields of view here. And the nice thing about this game is it's simulated very close to a 1-to-1 scale, in the sense that if your troops can see it, you can actually shoot at it, or if your camera can see it, your troops will actually be able to interact with it. So, from the looks of it, unless the guys were standing right on top of the... I'm trying to sit right inside one of these baskets, but it's kind of hard to. It looks like they have, decent view from that tower, so I'd imagine there's somebody in there, but... oh, maybe an observer team, that's where I'd probably put that. Doesn't cover this field over here, though. Okay, so I think we have a general picture of what they're gonna do. The hedgerow defense is what I would start off with, and then inside the town I'd definitely post some dudes over here. The buildings along the sides here, I don't really know. How about this area over here? I don't want to get into a situation where it's like I run my guys through the first line of hedgerows, and then I realize that, oh, there's a second line right over there, but it looks like this area is actually okay. It's not like the farmhouse is on a slight hill, so well, that's good and bad. It's good because once our guys kind of penetrate this hedgerow, they won't get attacked immediately, but the guys inside the back here make it really easy to pick off individual guys coming up the hill. So I think the general plan is to sweep through the town and up to the farmhouse, because there's no way you can kind of breach through all of this. So with that all said and done, let's get some of our troops redeployed. And for the day, I think we have a company of infantry. There's an actual command system inside the game. So this C company over here is made up of it looks like these two units. And D company, from the looks of it, D company isn't actually on the field, but has given us 2 of their platoons to help within the assault. Don't think we get any reinforcements, do we? No. We try to capture these land objectives, destroy enemy forces, and try to keep our casualties low, so fair enough. So let's see how we're going to do this. We have some artillery, decent amount of HE, decent amount of smoke. So let's give them a linear target to start things off with, and I want to cover this area right away. We're going to do medium, general fire,
Hello, fire mission, over.
and we just want to pound the hell out of this area. Eventually I want them to sweep over here, but I would imagine that a lot of our troops are kind of set up to advance over here. So with that kept in consideration, we will move out shortly. So I'm gonna get our infantry here just moving them slightly forwards so that they have a shorter run towards the hedgerows here. And the troops over here, you know what, I think I'll keep them where they are for now, because I don't know where I'll send them. So let's start the battle, and let's get these guys to move forwards. Let's get them to move forwards immediately. Let's give them 10 seconds to move forwards. Let's get these guys 20 seconds, sure, to bound forwards as well. And these guys right over here. By the way, yeah, you can shift-click inside this game to get things moving like that, so that'll issue the order to all of them. And okay, so the advance is going pretty well so far. We haven't taken fire from our spawning zones here, so that's quite nice. One second, I'm just going to check whether or not you guys can actually see the artillery drop in here. Yeah, you guys can. Okay. Oh. These guys are getting raked by something. So this is the nice part about being able to control your forces in real time. I'm able to get all of these guys to get down on the floor. The first burst is shot. If it was in turn-based mode, the part that I don't like is that there's no movement to contact order. So since there's no movement to contact order, if once you start taking fire, your guys will still do whatever action you've queued them up to do beforehand, and it just makes it really difficult to control your guys nicely. I mean, it's like in that situation, I wouldn't, like, you know, my first thought wouldn't be to keep running, right? It's kind of silly in that sense. Oh, yeah, they're gonna lose a couple of guys, but that's fine. Ooh, I got 2 of them. Okay, so it looks like there's something on that hedgerow over there, pinning these guys down. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, there we go. We're starting to get contact icons set up, so there's something hidden inside that hedgerow. Something that we don't know about just yet. Okay, so we'll push that unit up, and I think we'll get some of the units from here to push through this area and get to better firing locations closer to that area. So let's get these guys over here to try to get some spotting going on, and to get them to try to develop this area. Yeah, one of the things that you might have noticed is that we actually have the ammo counts for our units at the bottom of the panel here. Oh, They're gonna drop artillery rounds on us. They have some mortars inside the back from the looks of it. I'm gonna get our units to spread out here. So that's that. And over here, oh hey. The nice thing that the British have in comparison to the Americans is like some of these light mortars. So this guy, he only carries about 12 rounds, but if we're able to get some good mortar rounds in there, that should actually clear up that machine gun pretty well. I think the little cannon here is actually firing some rounds already. So either way, eventually that'll start puffing smoke. And over here I'm going to split our squads into smaller units because I do not want them taking any hits early on. And I want these guys to just try their best in bouncing up throughout all of that. Over here, kind of similarly, we are going to try our luck in probing out anything inside here. Okay, so I think because of how we've set this area up, what I want to do is I want these guys to scour through all of this first. Oh, there's a pillbox. Clear out this area from, yeah, whatever that can really hit them. And then once we have this area covered, we can get some guys to start to maneuver from this field once again. So I think they've set up on the opposite side of that hill, or not hill, line of bushes over there. So we'll try to get some of our units to push up through here. Oh, what is that? Huh. Our guy's passively spotting here has found an AT gun on this side of the hedgerow. Okay, so that is... So just to give you guys an idea of what that's doing, that is setting up so that anything that comes out of the trees over here, it can shoot. So, yeah, it's a good thing that we didn't commit our tanks over there, but now the question is, do they have a second one, and do they have a third one? Because if they do not, then we have a real easy time in moving towards the sides here. Yeah, and those mortars are going to be an annoyance for quite some time here. Try to push these guys up. Come on. There we go. I'm looking in chat now. The thing I don't like about the hunt order is that it forces your troops to move at like the slowest rate possible, which is nice. Which I think it has a place in the amount of orders that you should be able to conduct. But the thing is that it's like for some of the bigger maps. I mean, this one being slightly, you know, moderate in size, right? It's not that big of a deal. But for some of the bigger maps, I really dislike it because it takes just so long to do something with it. Ah, they have another machine gun somewhere over there. Okay. Alright, so far it's so good in terms of this field right over here. There doesn't seem to be too much going on. So in that case, I'll try to force some units up here. And now that anti-tank gun is going to be quite a problem for us here. So I'm going to see what we can do here. Let's get these guys to try to overwhelm that position. See whether or not they can just kind of sit here and get any shots off. The thing is that I don't really want to push too much up towards that AT gun, or else it would be able to just fire high explosive at us constantly. But the thing is that I really do need to tie up its attention before we send in anything. I think if we are able to decisively pin that thing down, I should be able to move up the tanks, come to think of it. Let's just get some of these guys to move back up. They seem to be doing a very good job of doing that. Yeah, I think I'll commit to tanks now, so we're gonna get them to move on the road for as long as possible. And then we want them to sweep around. The infantry should hopefully tie up the anti-tank gun for a long enough period of time. And for artillery, actually, we probably should get the artillery guys to... Here's what I'll do. Oh no, they destroyed the Jeep! No! The war is lost. We need to get these guys moving really fast, so I guess we'll use the second form of transportation. Here, let's try to space this out a bit better. I don't want too many troops being too close for that reason. If they want to drop HE, that's fine. And I do believe that if you do fire HE like that, your troops, they do actually have to load back up the AP shell if they do want to do a round switch like that. So, you see where I'm going with this. I mean, because it's a campaign and I'm not really sure whether or not we get any more tanks, so long as we can keep these guys alive, I think we'll have a lot easier of a time inside the missions afterwards. So now we know where this AT gun is. He's pinned down. If we take a look at the guy over there, he's cowering. He's in a really difficult location to take out with the tanks, but that's okay. The main thing now is that I think I'd have to time this right. So this one has to go quick on the road and then switch off like that. The idea is that I don't want them to turn really, really fast and or not turn really fast, but drive really fast, because then I think we have a chance of bogging down inside the terrain here. But what I want them to do is that I want them to do the swivel and pound that AT gun until the crew bails out because of a morale break, or until oops, the other two weren't on target, but pound that gun until either the morale of the troops there break, or alternatively the gun is destroyed. I've had some really lucky games where like you get one mortar to sit on it and to fire on it, and it takes out the AT gun in like one hit. So there we go, that's our bases of fire. Seeing as how there's nothing over here, I'm going to get our... there is nothing here anymore. I'm going to get our troops to maneuver around and to hopefully take those positions soon enough. So let's get... this squad is moving up. This squad over here. I'm going to get them to move over here. These guys can now push up and through all of this. 20 seconds push. 45 seconds push. And this is going to be a flanking team. It's going to try to go through these areas right over here to try to flank anything that may be shooting at us from these hedgerows. Oh, we do get reinforcements. Perfect. We got another platoon. That I'm pretty sure is a mortar round. That does not look like anything we should be too terribly worried about. I'm trying to get it to that the tanks shoot like right into the spot where the AT gun is, but it's really difficult. That was a good shot though. Like, yeah, I kind of need to target the tile behind the hedgerow. As you might have noticed, a lot of the commands, they're issued on a tile grid. Okay, so now we're getting a couple of good hits. So now I think I'll wait until they fire off a couple more rounds before doing anything. I'm gonna get him to pound that location a couple more times before calling it quits. Here, let's see. Or no, I might be able to do another linear fire mission. I need spotting at the at both points here, is the thing. Or could there be anything back here is the question as well? Can I do area target here, area target like that?
Hello, fire mission, over!
Yeah, because that helps out by quite a bit. Oh, I think we have a bailout. That might just be the... okay, so when you buy AT guns, you get one unit for bringing up anti-tank rounds, or bringing up tank rounds. The other one for just, you know, being the firing crew, really. So yeah, I think we'll try to drop some smoke here. If there were any other anti-tank guns, I think they would have fired on us a long, long time ago. Smoke is blowing, it looks like south-northwest-ish. Oh fuck, we used all of our smoke rounds. I want that smoke to blow right into the gun. Afterwards, I'm gonna get these tanks to make a push into the field here. Ooh, that is not good. Okay. Guess the tanks will move out now. Okay, so I think the plan now is to wait until the artillery comes in, saturates the area in 4 minutes. Tanks are going to try to push that pillbox, push everything inside the town away, get rid of the troops on the line, and then I think then is kind of when we make our assault coming from the left and going from the other side upwards. That was way off, holy.
Hello, fire mission, out.
Trying to see whether or not they can actually pick off that bunker. That would be really helpful in making sure that our troops over here can advance. Doesn't look like they can see it or something, or it doesn't look like they can fire on it. Do we have any more smoke rounds? No. Fair enough. Alright, you need to put another round in the AT gun at the very least. Oh, I think I created too much smoke, and now it's drifting there. Ah, that sucks. Okay, well that is handled. All these guys should be fairly rested from the last part of the mission, so let's get them to go in to the assault phase now. Or no, actually these guys just drop some amount of support here. Looks like we have about 20 rounds of HE left in both tanks, 40 rounds there. Not too bad. I'm going to take a look at how far these tanks are away from... Oh, actually, we are in the danger zone here for the tanks. They are within 100 meters of some hedgerows. That is not good. Wow, that sucks as well. I was going to try to assemble some more forces inside the area over here to try to make a push, but no. That was not good. I do need to suppress that building. Okay, let's see what's going on over here. So our troops have reached the hedgerow, and now they're taking a lot of fire from the housing over there. That is rather unfortunate, but that'll have to do. Ah, perfect. We're getting some shots into the keep over there for nips. That'll help out suppress the guys inside the buildings, inside the back there. It won't be like anything major, but it should hopefully keep their heads down. Even if it's in the slightest, I think it'll be good. Need a tank to really put some rounds into that building. Direct hit on one of the buildings. Not the one that we were looking for, but close enough. Ooh, yikes, I didn't check that. I didn't check whether or not he had a line of sight into that. That is going to catch some of our reinforcements off by surprise. But that is alright. Let's get these guys to build a basis of fire on whatever they can. Well, at the very least, I mean, they're seeing targets, so that is good. Yeah, unfortunately, that's my bad. These guys can approach from this area perfectly fine. It's just going the other way. It's really bad. Okay, so now I think we'll have to see whether or not some of our troops over here can approach. I'm under the impression that now that we're given these little craters so that we can push infantry through here. So a lot of the troops over here on this side of the map, we don't necessarily need them being there. It looks like all the targets that they were supposed to take out are dealt with. So we'll get them to pull back. And okay, so now we're putting some suppression onto them. We'll let the artillery sink in for a little bit more.
Hello, ground complete. End of mission out.
Okay, so this area is doing decently well. Oh no, there's only one hole inside the bocage right here. That is gonna be very difficult to push through. Is there one? Oh, okay, so there's one over here. That machine gun is covering the only entrance to that bocage from this from this hedgerow over here. So pushing through that would be death sentence. So we gotta get a lot of the troops over here to assemble and to move over here. If we're able to get these troops pushed through to this one over here, I think that would be a lot better. So let's get suppression or suppressive effects to concentrate on everything that can shoot at them. Not that they probably will be able to, because they'd be already pinned down or dead. The mortar counts as a light weapon, apparently. Fair enough. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. So our troops they're moving up to the hedgerow now. They're taking some fire from here and there, which are just kind of picking them off. So let's get these guys to split up. And what I want them to do here is I want them to make a push throughout these hedgerows. Set up some fire there. Yeah, the thing is that I don't believe we have any sappers, is the problem there. Yeah, we do not have any sappers at all. No people with demo charges. If we were able to blow some holes inside the hedgerows here, that would be amazingly helpful. But since we don't, we had to do this the old-fashioned way. So look at that, a whole machine gun team was mowed down. Actually, come to think of it, are there any bodies on this line? Yeah, they had a scouts team. Okay. Don't need to fire here anymore. These people can turn off their weapons. And we get moving over here. Alright. So now we can get the tanks to move up. And now we gotta figure out how to approach this area right over here. So these are like hardened guys with STG-44s covering this area. Very, very deadly to push through. We can use the hedgerows over here to provide cover and fire, but I think at the end of the day we'll probably try to go for that town first. That is just gonna be way too much to push through. Let's see, these guys should just really stop and turn, stop and turn. It's kind of silly how sometimes you don't see these guys, like, right on the other side of the hedgerow. Huh, they don't see him. Fair enough. Did we get more artillery? No, we just got a second spotter team. Sure. Okay. So, next phase of the mission, we gotta siege and take some of these areas on the map here. So I'm going to get our guys to shift around, try to put some fire onto the buildings there, and let that develop. Doesn't look like there's anything over there anymore, or at the very least our squads can't either they can't see it or they don't know about it anymore. Ah, okay, so they can't put fire on that house. Perfect. Oh, this entire gun squad here. We took out the gun, but these guys are still alive and kicking. Oh, they'll be dealt with shortly. Where is that coming from? Second line of hedgerows. Okay, we're gonna pause up here for a second and take a look at what we have and what we can do here. So overall, I mean, looks like so yeah, I think we've won the first battle here for the hedgerow for the first line of defenses, and now we got to deal with the second line of stuff. So taking a look at their losses, they did say that they didn't really have too many troops, but I think they've definitely lost quite a few troops on this line right over here. No fire coming from the town, eh? And this pillbox is, looks like it was empty. So somebody was in it and then they pulled out, I guess. So I think we'll continue pressing forwards here until we meet something that we shouldn't. Let's grab all of these troops, give them a mass move order over there. So we have 30 minutes left for clearing out this town and all. So let's see what we can do about kind of hastening that process. Oh, guy in the back died. The guy right next to the window didn't. That's alright. Let's give him another one. Oh, no. Let's just keep firing into that building. Alright, so that is one area dealt with. So I don't think all of these buildings are garrison. I don't think we need a ton of guys to actually clear out all the houses here. We just need a couple. So let's get some of our troops over here to start pushing into these houses. I want them to go fast, I want them to face the door, and then I want them to shoot in. Likewise, fast, face the door, shoot anything that moves inside there. And now over here, let's see, how are these hedgerows structured? So there are gaps inside them. Perfect. I had hoped that we'd be able to get this unit over here to come by and help as well. We'll see what we can do. Here, I need two guys with SMGs real fast. Here, break off the SMG squad, get them fast, quick. And they need to assault that building ASAP. Fast, quick. The thing is that like the AI inside the game turning is really slow for them, and I think it's deliberate so that you can flank your opponents. So with that said, I want the SMG squad to come over here and assault that squad dug in there from the back before they have time. Well, never mind. It looks like they're in retreat now, but they weren't before. So there we go. Come to think of it, I probably should have ordered one of these squads while they were charging in to also fast move in. Yeah, close assaults in this game, they're not handled that well. Got some really weird things happening. But at the very least, I mean, we do have the building now, so that's kind of a plus. Right, well, let's see what we can do about taking the town in a short amount of time. So, again, if we did have sappers, it would be a lot easier. Mostly because it's like, right here, what I should be able to do is to blow up this wall and then get into this building. And that gets us a nice set of fire where we can just kind of clear out all of the buildings on the other side of the street real easily like that. But we can't, so it makes it really, really difficult to clear out any of these homes. So at the very least, I suppose we can build up some fire there, and over here we can get units to push on through. Chances are is that these buildings are all clear. If they're not, then oh well, we'll get our units to push through, because we need to take this area in a short amount of time. So yeah, that is stage number 1 kind of done. Stage number 2, all of this stuff seems to be alright now. Get the tank to move up slightly. And over here, I still don't know whether or not there's anything dug into there, but I'm not being shot at, so I'm guessing there's not anything. So I'll get 2 units to push up through there. Huh. Machine gun all the way back there covering the road. I would have never thought about that. there a window on this side? No, there is not. Yeah, these houses are really hard to clear up because there's just no way to see them until you're way too close. Now let's see, take a look at this side of the building. We can get some troops to move in like that. I'm gonna get some troops into that building purely for the purpose of drawing out enemy fire. What can we do to press into that house? Couple of dudes really hold up in there. Did these guys surrender? No. I think we'll rock them with the tank. How are these guys doing? See, the weird thing is that they miss at point blank, which I find ridiculous. And the other thing is just like, sometimes the guy will get up and like shoot him with a pistol. Okay, but the tank's coming around. So that should handle that. Right, let's grab the second tank, come to think of it. And let's push him... I want to say somewhere such that we can help out over here, but you know what? I think the best solution is to honestly to like position it like such for now, and to drive it into the walls right there and just really siege down the place. Come on, you have 19 rounds left. Fire the gun. Yeah, ammunition's fine. Ah, I guess I really do want to spray him down with the machine gun instead. Fair enough. Okay, so that building is... should be under our control. We are going to grab some more of these guys. Rush in, rush in, rush in, rush in. So that side of the map should be completely taken now. So all we need to do now is to take this ground objective, take Neeps. So we have bases of fire going. Let's grab this and let's start up the siege over here. Yeah, that machine gun's gonna have a field day, but that's fine. At this point, I just care about taking the ground objective here. Oh! That's real close. Somebody lob a grenade. No! No, they're reloading. See that? That guy's reloading. Out of all things. No, fight him. Fight him. Ah, one guy toss a grenade, please. We need literally one guy to toss a grenade. And that would be the end of that. Ah. Well, that sucks. Really, really does. Ah. All we would have needed there is just literally one lob of a grenade and they would have been all taken care of. But I guess we can't have that now, can we? So let's get the second tank to help him out. Okay, I think this might be slightly risky, but what I'll do here is I'll get the tank to actually push in through the line of buildings, and we are just gonna go for the kill right here. Oh, no, no, no. Get him, get him. Just fire. Oh, it's immobilized. That's fine. How is he still aiming? There you go. Okay, so I think we've taken the line of buildings here, and that's one, you know, one step done. get their infantry to stream in. Got our guys to go to the second floor. I'm under the impression our opponent fled from these positions, and now they are, yeah, pretty much sitting in a field somewhere. So the question becomes, what field are they sitting in? Ooh, that is not good. Pull back, pull back. Yeah, there's still some guys in the trench line, eh? I thought they would have gone into these buildings from the doors on this side, but I guess not. I guess they thought it was better to go around the building somehow and enter from this door? You'd have to cross the field too. Which is kind of weird, but yeah, when they're able to pull back, I suppose that'll be good, but until then, we'll take a few losses. Ah, so they're all over here. Alright. Or no, let's restructure that, so that this doesn't happen again. We didn't actually lose too many people. 4 out of the squad isn't, you know, like a squad decimated, but it is still pretty bad. Okay, well, I hope these people use the correct doors this time. Yeah, there we go. And for the last bit, we could handle whatever's inside these trenches, but I think the artillery already picked them off if they were so densely cluttered. For one. Oh, there we go. So the enemy surrendered. Let's see what we have here. So so yeah, at the end of the day, it looks like they brought in approximately 100 men. Come out with 20% of that. kind of semi-ironically, we were supposed to not lose any more than 20% of our men, but that is a really hard-fought battle. We came out with 200 men okay. The 46 wounded inside the game, depending on the severity of the wound, they will actually stream back into the amount of playable with units there, so that's not bad. So that's pretty good overall. 42 wounded, I suppose, is, too much, but we completely destroyed the enemy. We got all points for that, and of course, we captured both ground objectives. So that is the campaign at a glance there. Taking a look at what we have here. So yeah, that little town here, there was really nothing there. That was a good machine gun location, though. It really covered that alley very, very well. And at the end of the day, what did they have left? They had that looks like a mortar platoon there being bled dry. There's like 4 guys in total, I think, so not bad. And over here, this is just a field of slaughter with all of the troops leaving Neeps dead. I want to know, how effective was our artillery and how effective was our other stuff, because it looks like a lot of their forces were actually positioned here. Nevertheless, I mean, there is a lot of bodies that we didn't see, and that's kind of the the beauty of the game, right? I mean, it hides that information, because I thought during this entire time, I mean, this barrage I thought would have cleaned up really nicely, but as it turns out, it only picked off 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5 squads. So not bad. We're actually, this was one of mine, so or never mind, there's a 5th squad here. So yeah, that is that. There was actually some mines here that I suppose none of us triggered. I think my tank just crawled around it on the edge of that tile. Bunker was empty, oddly enough. A couple of guys over here. Oh yeah, we saw that battle. What else? Is there any other troops on the field? I thought it was kind of weird that there's a single dead guy over here. Inside the town, that was an entire squad slaughtered in this building. There was also 3 guys hiding in here, and the HQ being holed up inside the courtyard area of the town was aptly taken down by one of our tanks. What was inside this building, though? Because I swear I thought I saw some fire come from it, but no. Oh, this is the building our tanks put a whole bunch of rounds in. There's just let's see, 6 people sitting dead right there because of tank rounds pummeling the place. So overall, I would say, I would consider that, yeah, pretty good battle. So FYI, I mean, like, some of the difficulty settings for these battles, like, they're honestly pretty skewed, given that the map designer, out of all people, kind of decides that. So that said, I mean, taking 80 casualties in comparison to that, I'd say that overall that was an even fight. I mean, if they say, you need 3 to 1 to take a position, we suffered roughly the same amount of casualties, and to that, I think it's alright. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream here. I'm gonna take a quick break, and I think we'll just, have some time for chat, and yeah, that'll be that. Okay, so we are back. So how did you guys find the campaign mission so far? So yeah, that British campaign looks like it's set up to be, quite a battle indeed. Uh, Apart from that, I don't think we'll do another battle today, where I suppose later on today would be more appropriate. And yeah, that's pretty much just that. I think I'll update the stream information here. In the meantime, campaign stream mission 1. It's a shame that they don't have anything to switch the delay time on the fly, so that kind of sucks. Oh yeah, on a side note, do you like I did post a vote into Google Plus because as it turns out, because of how they decide to do Google Plus integration, I think it's the only way to do votes and like things like that. But I was wondering, like, what type of games did you guys want to see on stream? And one other thing was that whether or not one of those games might include Squad, the Arma-ish shooter where it's 50-50 multiplayer, 50v50 multiplayer, I should say, which looks really really cool in the sense that it looks like it's Arma, but like actually being fun is kind of the one of the reviews that I saw there. Seeing as how that actually focuses on the combat, whereas it's less time about kind of making human waves, human lines, right? So yeah, I think that would be kind of cool. I don't know if it's worth the 50, where it's like 47 CAD though is the thing. But so far, a lot of people seem to be having fun with it. It is early access though, which kind of has some ambiguity to it. Uh, but I think it will, or I think it looks pretty solid at the very least. Or I don't know. I haven't been watching, say, any. I typically don't watch in gameplay videos. It's kind of just a thing that, like, if you make them, you don't watch them. But overall, I mean, it looks like a pretty fun game. And to that, I had to figure out more about this. It looks pretty cool in the same sense that, I mean, there's base building as well as combat, of course, and I like the fact that it has like search and destroy game modes. That was my favorite. That was my favorite in Arma, the insurgency game mode, and it looks like it has some other stuff as well, which looks really really interesting. Hmm. So we might stream this. The only problem with it is that on one hand, I mean, like a lot of their promotional material looks really good, but like some of the in-game stuff that I'm looking at right now, it's kind of, well, it's early access, so I do have to give it some credit, but it looks interesting. Who knows? I mean, if some of you guys do actually have the game or are interested in getting it, we could do some sort of like co-op community squad. So that would be cool too. Anyhow, tell me about your thoughts about that in the chat. One thing that I'm wondering about for this squad game is actually how big is the map, or kind of like what maps does it have? Because I'm like, to the best of my knowledge, I think I see one where it's like hilly terrain, one it's where it's like the whole, I don't know what it is, sandstone compounds. I'm kind of dancing around a word like mud houses here, but I think that's actually what they're made out of. So that's one thing. It looks really, yeah, for what it's worth. I mean, some of the maps do look really nice, some of them look kind of average, but nevertheless, looks like a overall fun game. I think the main thing is that like there needs to be the sweet spot where it's like it's not overtly dense like Arma, where it's like you'll never find anyone in an actual like PvP game, or if you do find someone, it's like 50 guys and they just shoot you at once. Like, I think there needs to be a nice balance to it. And some of the maps, like I'm seeing some of the screenshots right now, and they're like some of them are pretty big, which I I don't know. I'm kind of mixed. I do like the fact that they're big maps, but I hope they're like customizable so that you can limit them to something nicer. It's like what's that game? Battlefield. I really liked Rushed in that, mostly because it's like it's always like action packed, and that's kind of what you want from it. Like I bought that game because I wanted a Michael Bay movie that keeps going on, and that's kind of it's kind of exactly what it is. So for this, not really in the same vein, but I was looking for something like Insurgency, which was a really fun Half-Life 2, I suppose, mod at the time. Don't know if their recent game is worth it, but come to think of it, I could buy it. It's like $4 Canadian, so it's not expensive. Yeah, speaking to the delay, I'm checking the live chat right now. Yeah, it is more than 1 minute from the looks of it. I need to adjust it because it looks like today the delay is bigger than yesterday. So I think it's one part on YouTube's system, one part on mine. I should have set mine for 40 seconds actually, based on what was yesterday's thing, because currently it's at 60 seconds, but plus YouTube's is natural delay, I suppose it's at the very minimum 1 minute and 20 seconds. What else is there? Do monitor one capture, and I can show you guys what I'm actually doing right now. I'm looking in the screenshots folder for where the thing for squad, there we go. Like, yeah, some of the pictures I think really bring out the game, like this one where it's like nice open map, shows people doing their thing, but some of them look really, like, I'm not talking about the poses here, but I'm just talking about how it, like, it really does look like an alpha in that picture. Like the weird ragdoll physics, I don't mind. I mean, that's just kind of common in all games nowadays. Okay, I see in general chat you guys are talking about kind of game modes inside Squad. Yeah, like, actually, what game modes are there? Because I do not know, apart from I suppose I saw two earlier, one that hinted at some sort of like search and destroy weapon catches, and the other one was some sort of like domination-esque game mode where it was I don't think it was actually capture the flag, was it? It was take like control points. Yeah, so like to that, I mean, overall, I like it, and again, I mean, if some of you guys in the chat right now, have this game, I would be interested in like actually doing some sort of like community cast with that. I think it's one of those games where you really do need a squad, hence hence the name, for it to be enjoyable. So to that, I would like to see something like that going on. Like, this is a really nice picture. I do like this one. Like, I don't even know if these are edited pictures with the icons and all, but that looks like, yeah, like a solid, environment to play in. Don't really get why people are constantly posting these tickets screens here. I guess if you like go down to 0 tickets, you automatically lose. Is that it? Oh, it's kind of cool that I thought it was U.S. versus some sort of general militia only, but that's actually pretty cool. They have the Russians in it too, going off of this. It looks like one army will always be bigger than the other. Maybe that's just going by game mode, where maybe they do actually have an advantage in terms of like gear, maybe and stuff like that. Or no, never mind. Or maybe it's attack and defend. Maybe that's a kind of a game mode. Or let's see, does this actually say? Not really. I don't know. Maybe CP First Light is or AAS is the game mode. Can't really tell. Huh, I don't know. We might see some of this later on. So yeah. Oh. Oh, come to think of it, by the way, did any of you guys see the poll I put out like roughly like last night at midnight for me? So it would be like about 12 hours away from the stream, if that helps. Because I have no idea how this Google Plus integration works. I mean, they keep on pressing the two things, YouTube and Google integration together, but it's like I can't even like it's like if I put out a poll, like obviously I do kind of want to read it, right? But or no, I found it. Doesn't look like anybody participated in it, so I don't really know if like was this sent to anybody firstly, and secondly, if it wasn't, then how do I do it? Because it used to be that I could put messages into the YouTube feed, but they switched that out for something new, and I think that happened when Google Plus was a thing, when it was like being introduced. So that's kind of weird. Yeah, because they removed that feature, but definitely. To that, I suppose I'll give you guys
the start of a new Let's Play.
I'm watching Das 4860 with Dwarf Fortress.
Really good.
He made a pretty cool map. Just one small island. Interesting. Anyhow, going back to the discussion here, yeah. So recently, I mean, in my spare time, I've been playing a little bit of Dwarf Fortress. I was interested in the squad game, and I think the other two options were so we have Dwarf Fortress Squad, Forged Alliance Forever Combat Mission as a kind of a vote. So to that, I mean, anyhow, if you're still interested in that, be sure to voice your opinion in the chat because it'll help me decide, what type of content we will be showing on this stream. Oh, I think I'll remove that delay from future streams. Or I don't know. I might keep it around for the multiplayer portion, or for the Forged Alliance casts because it's just like like honestly, I don't really know if like a ton of people do watch that or watch streams in general for that game. But like at the end of the day, like at any time, I don't think there's more than like 10 people on matchmaking. So that said, I mean it's really easy to know who you're gonna get paired up with. Is one thing. What else? What else is there? There's not really too much. For the time being. Okay, well. I think that'll be or I'll let the chat catch up, but I think that'll be the end of the stream for the time being. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If this is your first time viewing the channel and all, I hope you guys like and subscribe, because as well we've been talking about, we are showcasing off lots of different games with a lot of varied content here, and I hope you guys enjoy that. So to that, I mean, who knows, next time we might play some more, like say combat mission, where we might play some squad or something like that. Overall, we will see in quite some time, I guess.